Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to another exciting, hopefully, Minecraft discussion on all things well-being, right? So it's about becoming the boss of your brain. Super fits for today. So my name is Kimberly Quinn. I usually don't stand this way. Maybe that's why. Sun's in the way. Okay. My name is Kimberly Quinn, and I'm here to talk with you today or ask you a lot of bugs. They just love me. I guess, I don't know. It's the season between Mother's Day and Father's Day. Sorry about that. Okay. My name is Kimberly Quinn. I'm here to talk to you about how do you use your life minutes? How are you using your life minutes? Are you in the now and kind of rejoicing all day long as much as we can? You know, life throws curveballs, obviously, but really living in the now and celebrating and living your best life? Or are you spending a good portion of your valuable life minutes in the past with guilt and regret and ruminating all the woulda, coulda, shouldas, right? Because guilt is bringing the past into the now. That's what guilt is. Guilt has a job that's good, which keeps us from, you know, slashing people's tires and starting rumors and punching people in the schnozy and stuff like that. But after that one job, hanging on to it is horribly toxic for the self and anybody else involved. It is not good. So guilt, again, brings past emotion into the present, which then corrodes, actually a better word, I suppose, that are now like battery acid, okay? And or if you're not in the now, how are you using your life minutes? Are you spending them like money? Don't get it back, right? Spending them in the future by worrying, because worrying is just silly. And you're like, oh, is she really saying silly about worry? Oh, she doesn't know me too well, and she doesn't understand. Yes, I do. Worrying is such a complete waste of our valuable life minutes. You think, yeah, but I can't control it. Yes, you can. You can, and it's more complicated than that. But here's the thing. Worrying is basically rehearsing being anxious. It's practicing. And we all know that anything we practice, we get better at, whether it's learning Swahili, you know, Irish step dance, you know, robbing banks or whatever. We get better at what we practice or rehearse. My theater kid would like to say rehearse. So if you want to be, you know, like Michael Phelps standing up there in the top getting his 8th gold medal in worry, you can do it. Just rehearse it, rehearse it, rehearse it. So here's the thing. Worry is bringing the future into the now. So here's what we can do. Separate, first of all, well, actually, there's a bunch of things we can do. Separate, make 2 columns, what we can control from what we can't. Right off the bat, right off the top, look at the list of everything you can't control and realize that right then and there, light a match to that list. If you can't control it, what is the point of thinking about it at all? It makes no logical sense. We're just bringing the future into the now, which we are then losing the now, and just allowing our valuable life minutes to circle the drain to be gone forever. That's what we're doing. So if you don't have control of it, that's 1/2 of it that just no more thought necessary. Light a match, kerosene, big bonfire on the worries. You know, let them go. Just choose it. I can't control this, that, or that, and stop thinking about it. Now, the list we can control. So this is why it makes no logical sense. If we can't control it, we should let it go because we can't control it. If we can control it, here's the thing: if you can control it, control it. Get a plan together. It doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. Perfect is a very bad word. We're talking about progress, not perfection. You're better off dropping the F-bomb than saying the P word. It's Anne Schaaf, right? Said that perfection is self-abuse of the highest order, right? So if you can control it, doesn't mean it has to be controlled in this second, but getting a plan together that improves the situation, just improves it, makes it better, then you can also let go of it and stop worrying because you got a plan together. So either way, there's a plan for it, right? Because worry in itself, and if you really want to try this, okay, I know Wayne Dyer has talked about this when he used to have his clients who were just insistent on they have to worry. He says, what's it doing for you? Like the actual worrying part. And he would let them worry in his office, sit there with them while they're worrying, kind of looking at each other. And he said, okay, how does this feel? What are you actually doing? Are you planning? Are you envisioning scenarios? Or what's the mental drill of the worry that's going through your head? And what's it doing for you that there's payoff in it? Because human beings, as we mentioned in previous episodes, we don't do anything unless there's payoff in it. And payoff doesn't mean necessarily good or healthy. There's good and healthy payoff, right? Things feel good. We do nice things for people, hold the door open, dopamine fix. We see a smile on their face. You know, all that's payoff. And also payoff can be self-punishment. That'll teach me. Payoff can be, I feel like I'm in control because I'm thinking about it so much, even though you're really not, and you're wasting your life minutes. It's like an illusion of I'm doing something because I'm rehearsing every scenario, so I'll be ready, right? Even though, the high majority of the time, none of these rehearsed scenarios ever happen, all right? So, I mean, just imagine if you had a calculator on your life minutes. And forget the overwhelm of like thinking of your whole lifetime or even a month or even a week. Think of one day. One day, valuable life minutes, seconds into minutes, milliseconds into seconds into minutes into hours into days into weeks into months into years, right? That came off pretty smooth just now. And just think of the calculator, like if you just all those minutes, and like, you know what, when I know for sure, when I'm 85 and I'm skydiving and everything, I'm gonna want that 15 minutes of 57 back. For darn sure, absolutely. So here's the thing. Worrying is rehearsing anxiety. Remember that the brain also loves patterns, The more we walk down, like this is actually a good example. The more we, oh, little G, say hi, little G. We're talking about worrying. He's not a big worrier. Yeah. The more we walk down the easy path, you can see this, I actually just did the woods. This is the way down now. The more we walk down the path like this, path of least resistance, it's all gravel, easy, no big weeds, no snakes, The brain likes that, and it's reinforcing. It's going to want to go down that again. So the more we rehearse anxiety, the more it's going to go down the anxiety path again. Whatever is your, like, putting green, cut grass way to walk, whether you're more positively thinking, more negatively thinking, that's the way the brain gets used to and wants to keep going. So it's a little bit of an uphill push to turn that around because the brain is lazy. Even if you're not lazy, your brain is. It's just how it works. It wants to do what's familiar. And again, what's easy and just, what it's used to. And so that's the deal. Worrying is not logical. I'm not saying it's not more complicated. There are neurotransmitters involved and such like that. Though no matter how you cut it up, even with diagnosed stuff that takes more, professional treatment, maybe some medication, it still comes down to making effort. And I gave that talk about the track meet thing and the man who did a great talk at my brother-in-law's graduation like 30 years ago, and how those of us who have something extra to deal with, it's like running in a track race with all the other teams wearing all different colors from their high schools or colleges or whatever, and that person who's got generalizing anxiety disorder or depression or ADHD or autism or bipolar, whatever, is running with the same race with maybe a 10 or 20 pound weight belt underneath their uniform that no one else can see. And that sucks and it's not fair. But here's the thing. It is what it is, and no matter diagnosed or not, it does come down to effort and making a choice, because happiness is a choice. That is just the truth. And squashing worry and learning how to really practice stopping that negative thought cycle is a real start. And also, like when we practice something, when we practice it, it gets easier to maintain it. Just like playing the guitar, right? You have calluses at first, then they start to go away. You can play with ease. You can work your way up from playing some easy 3-note tune to, Margaritaville, same thing. So when we practice stopping allowing the worrisome thoughts, it gets easier and easier and easier. And then we get into, replacing these with the positive affirmations. Okay, so main theme: worrying is a gigantic waste of life minutes. Guilt is bringing the past is corroding the now with the past, and worrying is corroding the now with the future. So we want to stop doing both, and that's it. Be here now. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from the beautiful northern Vermont. Have a mindful day.